Edging or orgasm control is really something that has become mainstream. What this is when an individual engages in sexual stimulation, bringing themselves near climax and then pulling back. They go through this cycle again and again and again. But the question remains, is edging safe for your pelvic floor? Hi, my name is Laura Myhofer, and on this channel, I help you gain optimal health through knowledge and movement. As I said, edging is all about a circle of stimulation, bringing yourself very close to climax and then stopping and coming back down from this. Now, this is something that you can engage in a partnered or solo situation. Many believe that edging is just for people with penises. This idea came around for a few different reasons. The first is for individuals who suffer from premature ejaculation. A form of edging was given to them as a way to delay climax, almost as an exercise. But here is the deal. For me personally, as a clinician, I give any individuals who want to delay climax because they feel they orgasm too quickly, an exercise that looks very similar to edging. The second reason is that some people feel that it increases orgasmic intensity. However, this isn't a sentiment that should be reserved for individuals who just have a penis. This complex interplay of teasing and cycling is something that can be enjoyed by any genitalia and really can increase orgasmic capacity no matter what you're working with down there. Before I dive into if it's okay for your pelvic floor, let me first cover how you can make this fun activity work for you. The first thing you need to know is what gets your motor going. Do you prefer nipple stimulation? Do you prefer direct or indirect pressure to your clitoris, vulva, testicles, anus? If you're like me, maybe this is something that you've never thought about that in depth. Well, don't worry, because I have you covered. Down below, you can go ahead and find a link to your free sexual pleasure quiz. What I love about this quiz is it allows you to learn what really gets your motor going. Now, this is something you can fill out solo or you can fill out with your partner. Now, my recommendation is to print off a few because often I find that these things change over time, and that's okay. It's a lovely, fun activity that will allow you to best communicate during this process of edging exploration. Let's get to the goodies. Is this okay for your pelvic floor? If you don't know what the pelvic floor is, make sure you check out my video linked below that outlines what are the 4 functions of the pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor is a super strong sheet of muscles that with arousal have increased circulation and blood flow. This, with the muscle tension of the pelvic floor, helps hold all of this engorgement into your genitals and allows for that nerve excitation. This is all completely normal and good. However, if you have any type of pelvic, abdominal, back, tailbone, hip pain, or even bladder pain, it can really aggravate your pain cycle, making that hanky-panky time and any sensation in your genitalia extremely aggravating. Additionally, if you have a challenge in focusing your attention, this constant cycling between intense arousal and then relaxation and trying to get back to that intense arousal can sometimes make it very challenging for you to keep your mindfulness focused on the task at hand. With that difficulty in focusing on the task at hand, finding that climax can sometimes be very eluding and challenging. Finally, depending on how you're going about your stimulation can sometimes present a problem. Some individuals become acclimated to the stimulation they're receiving. And so what was exciting the first or second go is not so exciting in subsequent attempts. Again, making that climax elusive and sometimes increasing that frustration during this edging process. My opinion is that edging is not bad for you. However, it is something that I want you to do mindfully and to also think about what is your goal here. As always, sexual activity is not about seeking that orgasm or summiting Mount Orgasm, as I like to call it. It is really about enjoying the process and the sensations that come about this exploratory process. If you choose to do this activity with another person, make sure that you discuss what your expectations are before and carry that communication into the actual activity to ensure that neither party gets frustrated while you're going about this. Getting your head into the appropriate mental headspace can be half the battle, but don't worry, I have this amazing guided meditation that helps you focus on your sexual arousal and pleasure. Click that video in the box next to me and I'll see you over there.